Good afternoon, folks. It's Lance Klessig with Winona County Soil and Water Conservation District. I'm here today with Steve Sommers as a landowner, Steve Pearson, who works out of St. Charles for Pearson Backhoe as our contractor, and then Dave Dockter, who works in the same office I do for NRCS, Natural Resources Conservation Service. And we're here today redoing a pond, a great stabilization structure. But before we talk about that, Steve, tell us a little bit about where you farm, how many acres, kind of cows you run, that type of thing.
We live on County Road 25 south of Lewiston, underneath I-90, and we have 40 cow-calf herd, and we have cover crops with corn and soybeans.
Awesome, awesome. Tell us a little bit about when this structure was originally built. What year?
1965.
Awesome. So it's held up quite well for 50 plus years, roughly.
Yes, it has.
Awesome, awesome. Steve Pearson, tell us a little bit about what we're doing here. What are the steps that you guys took to rehab or redo this great stabilization structure?
Well, when we come to look at this site, this pond was plumb full of sediment, and the dam had also been breached. So we come in, we cleaned out the sediment, stripped the site of the black dirt and organic matter, and then we installed a new 8-inch PVC pipe here that'll last at least 50 years. So we'll fill this back in with clay, compact it in, spread our topsoil back on here, and then seed and mulch the structure, and that's the part that we do. So
awesome, awesome. And when you get a guy like Steve and his son Tate and Jordan, give them 3-4 good days, working days, which we haven't had this fall, but when you give those guys a good few days, a project like this is history. I mean, it really just goes quite well. So another reason we're doing this video is to showcase a little bit of the efforts between Dave and I. So Dave and I work in the same office out of Lewiston. Again, Dave works for NRCS and I work for Soil and Water, but we survey, we design, we construct these projects together. We also have cost share together that make it affordable and doable for Steve as a landowner. So these projects can range anywhere from 50 to 90% cost share depending on the funds we're using. One other thing I just want to highlight, Steve mentioned that he farms with cover crops, and so this here is phase 1 of the project, but phase 2, and he's been doing cover crops for, I think this is the second or third year, something like that. Third year, is to put cover crops up on the landscape as well. So we're armoring the soil, we're protecting it, we're having a live root all through the winter and into next spring, and we're also bringing livestock on. Those are all 3 of the 6 soil health principles. So again, we're here today wanting to showcase our partnership effort between the 4 of us, but also you as taxpayers, about how we put conservation on the land, not only on a structure like an erosion control dam, but also with cover crops up on the landscape as well. So thanks for joining us. I'd encourage you, if you like our video, please consider subscribing. And guys, first off, Steve, thank you for the interview.
You're welcome.
Steve.
yep, thank you.
Dave. And choose everyone to make it a great day. Thanks for joining us.